Hi everybody, welcome back. Get ready to do a little bit of yoga with me. Please remember to like this video and also hit the little subscribe button as well. Thank you very much. In recent weeks, a few of you have reached out requesting some yoga that involved less on the hands, right? Some of you have some issues going on with the wrists, and while you want to do some yoga, you want to make sure you're not stressing out your wrist joints. So today's practice is going to be in care of wrists, or just doing less on the wrists, okay? Starting first, let's actually start in butterfly pose, a nice yin stretch. Just make sure you do have props or blankets, straps, anything close by that you might want to use. Bring the soles of your feet together. Slide the feet out front. On a scale of 1 to 10, we want to feel that we're at about a 5 or 6 on the stretch. Take your hands on tops of the feet. We're rounding into the stretch, relaxing the head down. Feel the shoulders let go a little bit. Start to focus on the breath, and you can close the eyes if while you're here if you choose, or not, that's okay too. Using this time for a little bit of introspection, exploring a little bit of pratyahara, right? A little bit of sensory deprivation so we can really tune into what's happening inside, closing off everything else around us. Try keeping the breath moving in and out through the nose as best you can. Slowing down the breath. We'll take 5 more deep breaths. Start to slowly release out as you uncurl, as if they're not already open. Start folding both knees back together again. Reach both hands behind you, fingertips turned in toward the hips. Drop your knees over toward your right side. Sit tall, peek toward the left, and hold for a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Come back to center, knees up. Bring your knees over toward the left. Sit tall, peek toward the right. Returning back to center, bring your knees over to the right again. Sit tall. Take your left hand, your left arm, sweep it all the way around, around, around. Behind you, follow your gaze past your left fingertips. One more breath. Returning all the way back to center, drop the left hand down, drop both knees to your left, sit tall, take your right hand, right arm, sweep it all the way around, around. Go the other way. One more breath. Coming all the way back to center. Let's actually come on to hands and knees. We'll warm up the spine a little bit with some cat and cow. Hopefully this is gentle enough on your wrists. You can, if you need to, make fists, placing your knuckles down, making sure thumbs are on the outside, you can be here for a little bit, or just take your hands flat if that feels okay. Big inhale, arching the spine. As you exhale, round it down. Inhaling, arching, maybe even closing the eyes here if you like. Exhaling, rounding. We'll take 3 more deep breaths as we move with the breath. It's the inhales, taking you into the gentle back bends. Exhales, rounding it down. 2 more times. One more. Good. Returning to a neutral spine. Start to tuck the toes. Walk your hands back. Come into a gentle toe stroke. Well, maybe not so gentle. It might not feel that way. Just walk your hands back. Your toes tucked in. Start to slide the hands up onto your thighs. Let's take 3 deep breaths right here. Coming out of it, of course, early if you need to. Then let your hands or fingertips reach down on the mat. Start to bring your heels toward the mat, coming into a little bit of a squat pose. Place the heels down on the mat. Slide the fingertips in, come into a forward fold, and maybe walk out the feet a little bit, right? Just bending one knee, bending the other. If you want to use blocks under the hands here, you can. And coming back to a more neutral spot with the knees. Lift the chest, put a bend in your right knee, lengthening the spine. And again, maybe a block under the hand, maybe not, that's okay. Start to lift the left arm up. So your left arm opens to the side, giving ourselves a nice little twist. Reach up through your left fingertips, look up maybe, take one more big inhale. Exhaling, lower the left hand, go the other way. So start to soften the left knee into a nice little bend, straightening the right leg, chest up, head up, pick up the right arm. One more deep breath. Start lowering the right hand down. Return to, again, more neutral knees. Roll up slowly to stand. Press down as you uncurl. Come all the way up. Dropping the shoulders back, standing nice and tall, either letting your hands rest on the waist or bringing palms together at the heart. Setting up a nice tree pose. I'm going to do this facing you. Standing tall, shift your weight to the left leg, turn the right toes out. You can keep it here for a little more stability, or if you're ready, slide the foot inside the left leg. If the hips feel good enough to do so, avoid the knee as you take hold of the right foot, place the foot inside the left thigh. Good. Gazing softly past the end of the nose. If you want to go for it, start lifting the arms, separate the hands. As the arms reach up, drop the shoulders away from the ears. Let's take 3 deep breaths. Returning palms together again at the heart. Lower the right foot, switch sides, shift your weight, turning your left toes out. You can hold it here or step the foot inside the right leg. If you want to work it a little deeper, avoid the knee, grab onto your left foot or left ankle, slide the foot up, chest up, gaze past the end of the nose. 3 more breaths. Lowering down the left foot, standing at the back of the mat, big inhale, sweep the arms around and up, Urdhva Hastasana, look up, and interlace all 10 fingers overhead, flip the palms high. Start to fold over the legs. And from the back of your mat, folding over the legs, you can walk the hands, but walk your feet as well. We're making our way to the front of the mat. So bend at the knees as much as you like here. Fold over the legs, head down. Start to lift up the chest, lengthen the spine, maybe even bringing palms to shins. Step into a low lunge, bring your left foot back on the mat, lower the knee, sweep the arms up. Interlace fingers again, flip the palms high, drop the shoulders out of the ears. Keep your right heel on the mat. If it feels good to do so, let the hips sink into the stretch. Maybe look up, one more breath. Take a little twist, go to the right, take your left hand outside the right leg, reach the right arm back, opening your heart center toward the right. Take one more breath. On the inhale, return to the middle, lower your hands to the mat, Ardha Hanuman, half split, straighten out the front leg, curl the right toes back, take one more breath. Let's low lunge, bending up at the front knee, step forward to the front of the mat, fold over the legs, roll up slowly to stand, press down as you uncurl, keep the breath moving. Stand tall, shoulders back. Inhale, sweep the arms around, Urdhva Hastasana, look up. Exhale, dive back over the legs. Chest up on the inhale, lengthen. Exhale, the right foot back, low lunge, lower the right knee. Anjaneyasana, sweep the arms high. Change the grip, interlace fingers, flip the palms up, look up maybe. Take a little twist, go to the left, right hand outside the left leg, drape the left arm around the lower back. One more breath. With an inhale, come to center. Exhale, hands to the mat, Ardha Hanuman, half split, straighten the left leg. One more breath. And bending up at the left knee, low lunge. Pick up the back knee from the mat, step forward to the front, fold over the legs. Bring your feet together, toes and heels touch, bend the knees, Utkatasana, chair pose. Good. Start to sweep the arms back behind you with the palms facing forward, the shoulders, the arms in line with your torso. Lengthen the tailbone down a little bit. Start coming forward, lifting your heels, balancing toward the toes, coming into a little bit of a skier's pose. Open the heart, feel the spine lengthen, lift the heels a little bit higher. Take one more deep breath. Start to lower your heels, dive over the legs with the head down, step the left foot back. Coming into Warrior One, spin the heel down, float the arms up, Virabhadrasana. Reach the arms back behind you, interlace all 10 fingers, open the heart, lift, keep the right knee bending, rounded Humble Warrior. Dropping the head down, let's take one more breath. And on your inhale, lift the chest, lengthening the spine, drop the hands to the inside of the right foot, come into Skandasana, low side lunge to the left. Walk your hands back, bend the left knee, keep the heel on the mat as you start to straighten the right leg. Make sure the heel stays down, give it one more deep breath. Come into Warrior Two. Drop the right toes on the mat, keeping the left heel wide. Windmill the arms out and around. Chest up, shoulders over the hips, lengthen the tailbone down. One more breath. Coming into side angle pose, reverse the warrior with the right arm up. Dropping the right arm down, either elbow to the thigh or straightening the right arm. Left arm sweeps around. If you want to take the half bind, opening up the shoulders a little more, feel free. Sweep the left arm back and around. Chest up, look over the left shoulder. One more breath. Good. Half moon, Ardha Chandrasana, look down in front of the right foot. Reach the right hand out, maybe a block in the hand or under the hand. Feel free to keep the left arm wrapping or lift it up as the left leg lifts off the mat. Strong standing leg. When you're ready, start to shift your gaze over to the left, maybe peek up toward the sky. One more breath. Standing split pose, lower your hands toward the mat. And again, maybe blocks under the hands if you like, or just keep the fingertips down. Forehead to the front shin, one more breath. Start to bend at the left knee. Bring your left knee all the way to the little toe side of your right foot. Bring your sit bones back on the mat, setting up Ardha Matsyendrasana, seated spinal twist. The right knee crosses over the left. Facing you, that looks like this. The right knee crosses over. If you're dialing this back a little bit, you can straighten out your left leg. Sit tall, take a twist, go to the right. Chest up, drop the shoulders. Let's take one more breath. And coming back to center, take a little counter stretch, go to the left side. As you untwist, return to the middle, Baddha Konasana. Bring the soles of the feet together, dropping the knees out, hands to the feet, sit tall. Stay here, or if there's room to do so, lean in. One more breath. On your next inhale, start to lift the chest. Exhaling, releasing the feet, fold the knees in. Come onto your hands and knees. Once again, tucking your toes. Walk your hands back. Take a brief toe stretch. Hands on the thighs. 3 deep breaths. And returning your hands or fingertips toward the mat. Start to pick up your knees, draw your heels toward the mat, sit bones up, forward fold. Walk your hands out as you walk your feet up, coming toward the front of the mat, folding over the legs. Take your hands to opposite elbows. Switch the grip, take the opposite hand on top. Relaxing the arms down toward the mat, roll up slowly to stand, press down, uncurl. Chest up, shoulders back, stepping your feet together, toes and heels side by side. Bend the knees deep, Utkatasana. Let your fingertips reach toward the mat. Sweep the arms up. Keep the hips sitting all the way down right where they are. Sweep the arms back, palms facing forward, arms again in line with the torso. Lengthen the tailbone. Start lifting your heels, balancing toward the toes, coming into your skier's pose. Keep the chest lifted, soften the space between the eyebrows. One more deep inhale. Exhaling, heels down, dive over the legs. Send the right leg back in low lunge. Warrior one, spin the back heel down, float the arms high. Setting up humble warrior, bring the arms back behind you. Change the grip as you interlace fingers. Opposite pinky finger on top. Keep the left knee bending deep as you round, down, and fold. And with an inhale, start to lift the chest. Drop the hands to the inside of the left foot as you exhale. Coming into Skandasana, low side lunge. Go to the right, walk the hands back, bend the right knee, keep the heel anchored on the mat. Stretch out the left leg. Let's take another deep breath. Transitioning into warrior two, the left toes plant down. Keep the right heel wide. Windmill the arms out and around. Chest up, drop the shoulders, keep the arms strong. Side angle, Parsvakonasana. Start with the reverse. Inhale, left arm over. Exhale, left arm down. Sweep the right arm around and either hang here. You can dial it back with the left elbow on the thigh. And of course, if you're working it deeper, take the half bind or the full. Chest up, feel the spine lengthen. Open the heart for one more deep breath. Half moon, Ardha Chandrasana, look in front of the left foot. Either hold on to the half bind or let the right arm go all the way back up. Left arm out, right leg up off the mat. Point the right toes away. Set up your foundation when you can. Start to shift your gaze, look right, maybe over the shoulder. One more breath. Standing split pose, lower the right hand. Forehead to the front shin. One more deep breath. Ardha Matsyendrasana, seated spinal twist, right knee outside the left foot. Come all the way down, sit bones on the mat. Your left leg crosses over the right, facing you. Again, that looks like this. If you're dialing it back, feel free to do so. Straighten out the right leg, sit tall, take your twist, go to the left side. Chest up, drop the shoulders. One more breath. On the inhale, come to center. Exhale, little counter stretch, go to the right. Come back to the middle, Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together again. Drop the knees out, hands to feet, sit tall. Either hold here or lean in. 2 more deep breaths. Inhaling, coming up. Exhale, release the feet, knees together. Drop the knees over to the right, look to the left. Knees to the middle, drop the knees left, sit tall, look to the right. Come back to center, again, go to the right, take the left arm, sweep it around, follow your gaze past the fingertips. Bring it to center, knees up, go the other way, take the right arm, sweep it around, gaze past your fingertips. Returning back to center, knees up. Let's roll onto the back, hugging your knees in toward the chest. Feel free to rock a little side to side, happy baby pose, whatever feels good as a release. Returning your feet to the mat, slide your heels under the knees. All 10 toes point forward, feet, knees, hip width distance apart. We'll do some moving bridge pose today. Start with both arms alongside the body, palms facing down. Let the toes rest nice and easy. No gripping the toes on the mat, no lifting the toes. On your inhale, lift the hips, lift the arms, sweeping your arms all the way overhead, backs of the hands to the floor behind you. Exhale, lower the hands, your hips at the same time. 4 more breaths. Inhaling, lift up, hips all the way up, stopping when the hands touch behind you. Exhale. 3 more. Inhaling. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Take your right ankle above the left knee, hug the left leg in, coming into a figure 4. Flex the feet. 1 more breath. Keep your feet lifting, release the hands. Take your left hand to your top leg, which is the right leg, close to the ankle, and take your right hand to your left foot, the bottom foot, pulling your feet to the left and to the right, your right knee in front, like you're tying a neat little bow. Just enough tension as you tug so that you feel a little stretch through the hips. That's right, so nice and easy. Let's take 1 more deep breath. Coming back to center, unwrap your legs, return feet to the mat. Go the other way, take the left ankle above the right knee, figure 4, hug the right leg in, flex the feet, 2 deep breaths. Good. Keep the feet lifting, release your hands, take your right hand to the top leg, which is your left, close to the ankle, left hand to the bottom foot, close to the ankle, sliding your feet to the left and to the right, again, like you're tying a neat little bow. Nice deep breaths, going just enough so that you feel the stretch in the hips. Take 1 more deep breath. Start letting go, unwrap your legs, bring your feet to the mat, Supta Baddha Konasana, bring the soles of the feet together, drop the knees out, letting your hands rest where they're comfortable, either on the legs or on the belly or out by the sides, right? Completely up to you. Maybe hold it here for a few more deep breaths. Use props under the knees if the hips need a little support. If you'd like to go upside down, if you have an inversion practice, this is a good time to do that, taking your headstand or shoulder stand. If you want to modify your inversion, you can slide a prop like a bolster or a block under the lower back, lift the legs up, or go fully restorative with your legs up the wall, Viparita Karani. I'm going to demonstrate a shoulder stand, Sarvangasana. Fold your knees in, lift the legs up, hands to the lower back, move mindfully, take your time. And maybe even Halasana, plow. And if you're, you can hold it there. And if you want to go upside down without putting any pressure on your wrists, another option is dolphin pose, right? So it's almost like a headstand prep pose, okay? So real quick, elbows down, interlace all 10 fingers, keep the elbows under the shoulders, tuck the toes and lift the hips up and back. Just hold it right here. Let's take another 3 more deep breaths, wherever you are, whatever variation you're doing. And start to lower. If you're in headstand or dolphin, you'll take child's pose. And if you're coming out of shoulder stand, I will demo that counter stretch in just a moment. So if you're in child's pose, you can hold here. If you're coming out of shoulder stand, you'll take fish pose on your back. I like to use a block to support myself. You can use a block or a bolster or something. That's a fine option too. All right, and if you're doing the hip stretch, Supta Baddha Konasana, you can start folding both knees back together. Windshield wiper the knees a little side to side. Let's take another 2 or 3 deep breaths, right wherever you are. And start to release out. Let's all meet up on the back. Hug the knees in toward the chest. Again, rock a little side to side if that feels good. Happy baby pose. And if you're otherwise ready, start to come into Shavasana, extending out the legs on the mat. Let the feet separate a little bit. Drop the arms out by your side, turn the palms up. If you want to cover yourself with a blanket or sweater, feel free to do that to avoid getting too cold as you lay in rest for a few moments. Closing the eyes, uncreasing the brow, unclenching the jaw. Start to let the Ujjayi breath release. Settling into your space, enjoying a few moments of stillness before returning to your day. Begin lengthening the breath. Gradually returning awareness to the body as you wiggle fingers and toes. Maybe gently roll the head side to side. Reaching the arms overhead. Enjoy a nice waking stretch. Pull the knees in toward the chest one more time. Roll slowly over to one side. Keeping the eyes closed a little bit longer, start returning back up to a comfortable seated position on the mat. Bringing palms together at the heart. Relax your chin to your chest. Taking another moment or two, just reconnecting to the breath. Always taking the time to honor your efforts and honor your practice today. Namaste.